Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It is currently 5 o'clock. It is currently time for Drawbox. Well, first warm up, but we're back in Drawbox. I'm very glad to be back. We had some fun with our little era of 50%. We're going to be doing our, not even continuing, starting our fourth construction of Lesson 6, this being a surprise until we get there. But first, we ought to warm up. I hope you're all having a good one. My ideal, lessons, Drawbox streams in general, educational streams, are a bit more, cognitively demanding. And so not only are breaks important, but it's harder to make these streams longer because I only have so much energy. But at the same time, right, let's do a really foreshortened box today. Yeah, something like that. At the same time, I want to do Lesson 6 faster. I want to finish, well, not faster, but in less streams, right? Which is faster, I guess, because I really only stream Drawbox content. So, yeah, we're going to try spending a little bit more time testing the waters in that regard, being a little bit more efficient with our time, whatever that means. But I am excited. Let's see, how foreshortened do we want to make this? We'll foreshorten in this direction because we have a little bit more room to do so. We'll go like this. Do something a little crazy. And I love Rain World's soundtrack, but we got to do something a little bit more upbeat. There we go. This is a great song to start stream off with. But yeah, I have high hopes for this one. In my opinion, this construction will be less demanding than the tape dispenser one. We'll still obviously have plenty of things to learn though. If anything from any of the lessons I've learned in Drawbox is even if you pick a reference that you think is going to be easier, it won't be. Or not, maybe it will be comparatively to another thing, but you will still have plenty of issues. You will not be absolved of solving difficult spatial problems. I've had the conversation many times before. I do sometimes believe there are not as good references, right? Things that don't really lend themselves to the core objective of a lesson, but that I don't want to say that too often because, like, you're not setting yourself up for failure if a reference is, doesn't lend itself towards lesson content, and you should never concern yourself with, oh, is this reference bad? Hey, what's up, Safi? You shall lurk in the background. Awesome stuff. Thank you for stopping by. I'll be ranting and rambling this stream. Is this going to be your first... I apologize for asking you a question, Rise. You said you're going to lurk. Is this going to be your first lesson stream? Drawbox content stream? Because I remember you joined in during... Was it Promptathon? I remember QR was there during the Promptathon. Were you during our prompt era? I forget. I apologize. During the tape thing. Okay, yeah, okay. So, this won't be new. We'll get to see me tear my hair out over what we have to draw. This one's going to be a lot of ellipses. So we better start warming up my ellipse game over the coming days. Oops. Not the best line work right there. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm seeing my limitations with drawing, right? And I want to push past those. And what a better way, other than doing as much 50% as I am doing, because I believe 50% is one of the best ways to kind of tackle those. Even though the end goal of 50% isn't to necessarily improve, right? I want to start learning. I'm in a learning mood. I want to pursue things for the sake of learning and improving. You're like, Kavel, how will Lesson 6 help you draw the things that you want to draw better? If you want to draw characters, how is this? Proportions. Proportions have already seen to be very helpful, and it kind of develops my intuitive perspective, which is a video that Proco has just recently released with Marshall Vandruff, talking about how we draw with this intuitive perspective. and the kind of cognitive processes that we do to get better at it. I feel like lesson 6, its exercises really help push you in that direction. Thanks. So I'm excited. I want to, honestly, like, I'm in such a mood. I really want to go to New Masters. Like, I really want to do New Masters and start pursuing the figure drawing stuff there, because I've seen so many good, like, cool stuff from it. So part of me is like, not only do we learn from lesson 6, but the sooner we're done with lesson 6, we can go to New Masters, or Drawbox, I guess, in general. Lesson 7. And you're like, well, Kavel, you know, if you want to do this so bad, why are you staying here? You know, go do that. I believe there's merit to finishing things and seeing them through. If I dropped things when I got more interested by others, whenever I felt like it, I'm not saying it's a binary thing where it's like either 1 or 0, you're fully committed or you're not. But I feel like if I give in to those distractions, or I don't want to call them temptations, but they are temptations in a way, right? It could easily cycle into a mentality of pursuing the next thing and never finishing any one thing, or not finishing one thing completely. Once again, not saying it's binary, that if you're a person who goes from course to course, no, that's not bad. Just for me, I've, made the most progress. I have seen the most personal growth when I see things through, whether I like it or not. Oop. Should have started from the bottom there. That's rough. The frame rate kind of choppy. Looks like it is, but I'm not sure if that's the display. I think it's just OBS. Hopefully. And also, that part of that mentality is, of course, inspired by the very Drawbox. I don't know what I don't know. And so because of that, we go to my personal philosophy of just commit to one thing and get really good at it. Or at least pursue it, not necessarily get good at it. Getting good could be tough. But sticking to one thing, I didn't really finish the thought right there, but I don't think I needed to. This morning when I went to the gym, I realized, like, I can't remember what kind of headache it's called, but it's when, like, the muscle that connects your head to the neck on the right side, it was hurting so much, and I really wanted to stay at the gym. I didn't want to make excuses, but man, I was, like, worried for my own safety. I had to ball out. Dip out. Not ball out. Now, of course, now I feel completely fine, which just makes me that much more angry that I had to skip the gym. Did I still get a couple good sets in? Yeah, but in fact, I was doing better than usual. Not sure if it's because I was distracted by the pain of my headache or what. Maybe it would have been better if I saved the gym for later in the day. What's up, QR? How's it going? We're just finishing up the iconic Kavel warm-up. Today, I'm not sure how much, like, drawing we're going to be doing today, because a lot of it's going to be theory crafting on our lesson 6 object. And what's up, Bear? It's going okay. That's good to hear. How are you? I'm doing okay. it was a busy day. Tomorrow I'm going to be deep cleaning my entire apartment, so I'll probably be more tired tomorrow. Today was literally spent just getting the materials to do that. Very like shopping centric day. But we're gonna go into BRB real quick. Okay, and then yeah, I mean we know the drill. I'm tired of saying it. Stop making me say it. And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about what object we will be constructing. Then we're gonna do a brief breakdown, like a quick sketch of its proportions. Then start turning it into an ortho. We're gonna combine basically everything we learned from the previous tape dispenser because we learned a lot into this one. So be right back. Cool. We're back. So, actually, let's move the papers around. Bleh. How we're going to do this is kind of this typical, where we have like a kind of a proportions page, and then we figure out the proportions. However, we do have our slice method that we'll be employing here, as well as another method that I believe it was MCOW that reminded us of during the clamp construction. So yeah, let's head over here. Set the timer as well. So yeah, this is what we'll be constructing. It is my bathroom's soap dispenser, of which I actually need a refill. So that's cool. But yeah, so I feel like this one is a great combination of many things. We get some changing ellipses and perspective, right? As we go up, I want to do it like probably this or this angle. I think this angle is what's in my head. We have this like rounded edge at the bottom, then we go up here, and then we have a change in two ellipses, and then we have this like kind of straight segment right here, then another curve, and then the like main pump of it. For the pump, it's actually not circular all the way around. There's like this rectangular portion right here that I would like to capture. And of course the head itself. This is going to be the most complicated part, especially because if you look at it like this, right, and you drew a plumb line, the head actually goes past the edge of the box, the bounding box of the main thing. So we have a decision to make there, which is, do we just artificially shorten this and make it... Actually, let's see. Yeah, that is definitely further, right? It bends. So we have to decide if we do a larger box on the top, which I think would actually be interesting. So the box would probably like end right here, and then we'd tack on another box on the top just for this. Or if we subdivide the box internally on the top. I I mean, we're here, so let's start talking about it, and we'll start the timer too. That's kind of like the main goal of this one. I also wanted something that was just more cylindrical, right? But for this one, because I'm gonna hold at the angle that I'm gonna see it at. I can see my big freaking forehead and the reflection of it. Wait, could you? No, you can really only see the reflection of my hands. This is also just a really weird shape up here. We have what's effectively going to be like a semicircle, and then we're going to connect it with two straights. Ideally, the easiest option for me, in my opinion, is we just truncate it so it's effectively the same length. It will look a little bit snub-nosed. Actually, wait. I'm pretty sure, because it has like this sharp angle up here, right? The bottom of it, I think, yeah, that's normal. And that overhang extends beyond a bit. So we could do all of this in a box and then just extend the lines a bit beyond the box. How will we get the X direction for the depth / X direction for that? We could do a midpoint projection. So like we have something we treat as the midpoint and we double it, extend it over. That gives us the length overshot, yeah. So that's doable. As for everything else, it's just practically a game of proportions and then an interesting challenge in rounding my corners, right? So plotting those ellipses. So all of this will be inside of a singular box. My initial first guess is to create our slices. So slice 1, 2, 3. We're going to pretend this gap doesn't exist for now. 4, and then 5. 5 being the start of the head. And this is a very shapely thing. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. A lot of these curves are going to be removed. Maybe. Actually, I feel like we can get away with a lot. And then this stronger rectangular part right here, outside of this, we'll also need to figure out a way of doing that. In my head, the best way of doing that is doing a semicircle. Yeah. It's also going to be a very unique challenge because I've never like done ratios of ellipses before. Oh, it's intimidating. It really is intimidating just to think about all of this. But it's good stuff. So slice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If any of you say what I think you're going to say in chat, you will be banned. And then we're not going to care about the interior stuff. If don't ask me about the interior stuff. Yeah. And then for the head itself is slanted, but I think we're going to act like that doesn't exist. Intimidating as soap dispenser, I know, right? And this is like I picked an easier one in my head. Like I had multiple in my apartment to pick from. And I was like, I'm gonna do this one because it seems a bit more manageable. It has like it's kind of a great example in my opinion of what you should be doing in lesson 6 of what I know, right? I haven't finished lesson 6, but I feel like it gives you a lot of good options here. But yeah, I've never done proportions with ellipses. I guess in my head I can kind of like turn this into a box problem. So like and just do some unique math for that. But yeah, I've never done proportions in terms of this. I'm like looking at it with one eye down it. And trying to figure that out. So I say we start with an initial sketch. Yeah, the front plane, because remember we're gonna do this at a 3/4, so the way I'm holding it on screen right now is what I'd like for it to end up looking like. The ellipses here are gonna kill me, guys. We're gonna do initial sketch like this. The front plane, which I'd consider this one right here. We're really not going to need much until we get to the top of the box. Because we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 6. Yeah, whatever. This is slanted on the top. I'm gonna flatten it for the sake of my sanity. And this area is gonna have a lot of those. For doing this interior part, I think we should have a lot of these are gonna be horizontal slices, right? But this one will have 2 vertical slices for the edges and maybe in the back. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the top of the box. So 6 interior. Not including the top and bottom plane. Okay, I think a lot of it is somewhat solved mentally. We're gonna do just a quick sketch to get the ideas down and the measurements before we make the orthos. The orthos for this one, I'm actually going to oh, that means we have to have some symmetrical. That's an interesting problem. But I can kind of get behind it. Okay. We may need symmetrical, or like I may do the orthos, the slices as orthos. Because last time we had slices, but we never made orthos out of them. I just kind of did it with like a spare sheet of paper that I had. But showing our work, I think, is valuable here. I would like to do that. We're also going to use our pencil or pen. I was thinking about how it's been called a pencil before, which I can understand. This is a pen, everybody. A ballpoint pen. I promise. It is the thinnest / smallest. What the? An ad just popped up on my screen. It was called Two Can Play, and it was just 2 people kissing. That surprised me. Sorry. I got jump scared right there. I should have bent this a little bit more. Nice. Soap dispenser. So I'm just gonna start with. We're gonna be doing it this way. That's an ad. Yeah, it's called Two Can Play. Here, wait. I'm gonna Google it now. Your advertising worked. It's like a drawing of 2 people kissing. Book by Ali Hazelwood. Yeah, huh. Interesting. Gamer romance. Guys, they have RGB in the cover. It's gamer. I'm sorry, but a romance novel called Two Can Play. I'm not hating. It's just like that's that's pretty good. I like that. Okay. Yeah, so we'll start with a box. Ratio wise, we will have to deal with. Let's get a general idea right here. Just gonna like really guess around. I think it's 1 by 2.5 and it's square, so it's 1 by 1 by 2.5. It's my initial guess. I'm gonna hold it like in front of me. This is like looks really weird on screen. I should probably do it. Like measuring with my eye. Ah. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's almost 3, but also I'm not sure if I'm doing everything correctly. Here, wait. I'm gonna try doing like the pencil technique. It honestly seems 2.75, but I may round down to 2.5 for my sanity. At least this is a somewhat like the sides. Are the same, so it's not like 2 by 3 by 4, right? It is a square, rectangular prism. I don't know. Just a quick sketch of what we want to accomplish here. I held back on my rant for this, but now I'm no longer holding back. I hate RGB so much. The RGB community. The RGB sucks, man. I'm a minimalist. I turned off all the RGB inside my computer case. All you have is like the main like motherboard light. That's it. I'm not paying extra for you to put stupid LEDs in there. Maybe purple. If it was all purple, then yeah, sure, whatever. Purple and black. Cool. But I don't need... I hate the fact about my... I use a Razer Death Adder. Not sponsored, but shout out. I do like that mouse a lot. Like, stop. I don't... I don't want the green. Especially sometimes, like, if it clicks itself. That's very annoying. Let's see, slice 1. That's barely a slice. That's not a slice. Maybe it is a slice. We will be doing an ellipse on it, so we do need all 4 of it. Ay, ay, ay. Screw you. You're going down here now. So this is practically the halfway point. So I'd say that's probably about right here. So if that's the halfway point, this would be approximately 3/4. I love me some quarters measurements. Those are always easy to do. Maybe a bit less. Yeah, maybe it's a third. So 4/6, or no, not 4/6, 5/6. No, what? I guess 4/6 is 2/3 of the entire thing. Yeah, I could get behind that. Then we have another third allocated for this. I don't technically believe that's to be true, though. I mean, yeah, I'm going to call it the halfway point. But that just doesn't even feel like a third. That feels a bit more than a third. So it's, oh god. It's between a half, or a fourth, I guess, and a sixth. Then we'll have a slice for this one. Yeah, I'm like not being economical with my space. This box should have been taller. I'm not going to extend it though. Maybe I will extend it actually. So we have the main body, taper inwards, this, curve inwards, and then we have 2 more slices. Just gonna... I'd say this is the same height. So these 2, right? Main body, taper, flat, curl, or like rounded. This, but again, and then finally the top of it, which maybe these are the same height. So it's this. There we go. So something like that. That's marks the very top of it. Really press for space up here. Something like that. Now we have our interior ratios. This is going to be generally not too difficult. The widest ellipses being here and here. Then as for the taper, what do we get down to? And this is the thing I've never measured before. Looking down the center of an ellipse and gauging how big certain things are. I'd say the taper goes down to effectively half. So we have to imagine how that's going to look. Uh, how do you, we'd just be divided into fourths and do in the center, so this. We would do, that's the bottom of that, so we'd do it again right here. Then we have the curl that gets even smaller. As for what that should be, this is smaller than that, and I just don't know how to gauge that. Maybe we could do it from this angle. I mean, yeah, it's about half. So this area right here is going to curl into a half of this. So what would that be? Half. What am I saying half of? I mean, half of the diameter. We'll work in diameter here for the sake of my sanity. Um, It feels like a pretty dramatic shift. Yeah, I feel like that first one isn't a cut in half. Yeah, it feels more like a 3/4 closer to anything. Regardless, we will have a smaller ellipse right here that will travel up to here. And then we'll have the slightly larger ellipse above that. And we will have ellipse on the bottom too, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. We have a couple diameters here, and then we have this mysterious bottom one that will also exist. All of these will be ratios of the initial one, so this one will be 1 unit total, right? Did I do the symbol in the wrong place? Wait. Yeah, it should have been in front of it. My mechanical engineering days are over, dude. I need to get better with this. Yeah, and then how far does this go? We say it goes all the way to the front. As for thickness, go from this large ellipse to this smaller unit, which is actually pretty much the same as the rectangular thicker portion that's right here. As for what that is, though, size-wise, I don't know. It's a third of whatever this radius is, but we don't know what that radius is. Oh wait, no, this isn't gonna extend out too. I'm gonna extend it past the box. Let's figure out some ratios now. I'm gonna do it over here, so I look less stupid. And let's also take a sip of water. Let's get it. It really feels like 3/5, but I would rather explode than work in fifths. And the top one feels like a third. Maybe we could do 1 to 2/3 to a third. That'd be pretty nice. I'd be happy working with those. So this would be 2/3. This would be a third. And then for this, I didn't check. It's gonna be weird, some weird number. What's slightly bigger than a third? A half. It's not really slightly bigger though. Yeah, we wouldn't want a half there. It's pretty darn close to a half though. Slightly less though. What would be slightly less than a half? 2/5. Is that bigger than a third? 0.3 compared to 0.4. Would be slightly larger. Just would be a pain to map that out. Hmm. Feel like if I get bored of this, I should just let you guys vote and Twitch set up a poll. Do you guys think it's a third or should we go with 2/5? Remember, we're trying to avoid complexity. And let me pull up the plane division cheat sheet and see if we can how bad is a fifth? A fifth is pretty nasty. That's not a totally enjoyable one. And how would we be doing these ellipses? We'd be drawing on their slices. Yes. Yeah. Hmm. So to get the fifth. Why am I saying a fifth? Or 2/5? 2/5 of the original diameter. So we'd have to center by that. Oh. Yeah, I'm conflating. I did this error before. I'm conflating like the ratios to the actual true things. So like for the 2/3 one, that would be it's 2/3 centered at the middle. Which would really make it. We would have to divide it into sixths, right? What would that look like? Here's our square. We want to occupy. That's not a square at all. We want to occupy a specific amount of it. Uh, See, doing this simply isn't enough. Because 2/3 is 4/6. Put the inner 4 there. That's how we would do that. One third would still have to get divvied up into six, I believe. Wait, no, we could just do that. Yeah. For rounded corners, I can't remember if there's anything specific. Oh, I guess there is true math that we would need to do for this, right? We can't just kind of do it by vibes. We could have a horizontal slice in this one that tells us we don't know the height yet, but that would tell us a lot. Because what I was thinking is then we could have uh, guides like this down all of it. Because all this is ellipses. And that would give us the true rounded corners right there. Rather than just guessing. But that is still a bit of a tall order. And those ellipses wouldn't be connected, they'd be individual ellipses. Which would be probably the worst thing ever to draw. Ugh. Let's work on our heights now. Because I think these are generally okay. What did I say for this one? Oh yeah, we still haven't decided on that one. 2/5 sounds good, but that means we have to divide it into tenths, and then from that, and we have to do that on two planes. We have to do that right here and right here. Which is a lot. And oh yeah, we need to figure out something for this height as well. I guess if we have a box cordoned off for this up here, then it would work. So let's work on one thing at a time. So let's do the heights first before we worry about anything else. And then like section by section. Thankfully, all of this until like right here is very easy to think about. I don't want to overwhelm myself. Oh, and the curved one down here is let's make that looks like a fifth. So if we chopped off a fifth of the half, so that means a tenth overall. It means, oh, like if it's a fifth right here, then it's a fifth the diameter overall. Because that just make 2/5, which is, or sorry, a tenth overall. But since we have two of them, that'd be 2/10, which make a fifth. So it'd be 4/5 the original size. Can we find a nicer number for that? Because that's 0.80. So what's closest to 0.80? Can we do anything with the 16ths? Not easily. I don't think. You can get to 75. But I don't think it's only 3/4 diameter. Maybe it is. Let's do 3/4. Plotting and scheming. I'm not sure if that means Bear's doing that or I'm doing that, or both. I'd like to imagine Bear's in a perpetual state of plotting and scheming. Speaking of, I'm gonna plot and scheme on some drink. This is the same kind of feeling I have whenever I play games like chess or stuff, right? And I'm a slow thinker. Or like Rummikub, for example, I like think really long about the pieces I want to move, and it pisses everyone off. And then I get yelled at, and then I don't want to play the game anymore. It's not fun anymore. The only two problem sections I see is this and this, though, so that's making me feel better. Okay, we have most. We still need to lock this one in. So we said 0.4. What's close to that? We have 375, which is 3/8, which is pretty close to 4. It's bigger than 0.3, not by much. 3/8 is manageable. But that means we have to divide it into 16ths at that point. Bleh. And I'm not sure if it's harder to divide into 16ths or tenths. Because if we did into 16ths and we wanted 3/8 centered on that, I need to figure out how to do like an algorithm for doing this math in my head. I got beaten by guys because I get frustrated and just stop thinking. I'm not gonna lie, like a couple minutes ago, when I pivoted from thinking about diameter to heights, I was getting overwhelmed and I was like, I wanted to stop thinking about it. Yeah, how do I do this math in my head? Let's figure it out. If it's 2/5 of the original. Now let's go to 3/8 again. That means we're only going to use 3/8 of the space. Which means if we divvy it into 16ths, that becomes 6/16. So we go 3 from the center in each direction. So that's 5/16 and 11/16 in both directions, horizontally and vertically. So you need to do it. There's not really yeah. Not counting studies. Thinking is overrated. I agree. I was having so much fun not thinking last night while just doing my study of the Grackle. It's barely a study so much as like just kind of playing around with the new brushes and just experimenting with the colors. I wouldn't call it 50% because, I'm doing it from reference, but I am playing around in the sense of seeing what I can do, messing around. What if I try this? What if I try that? So it's like the ugly cousin of 50%. Closely related, but not the real thing. The cousin innuendo, or not innuendo, the cousin reference for that probably doesn't work well when I say it's closely related but ugly. Evil 50%. The sick and twisted 50% that trips up all drawbox students. So we would have to divide it into 16ths, which I'd rather not do. Hot take. Why did Bear show up in chat on here, but not show up in chat on YouTube. Am I high? Bear said evil 50%, but I'm not seeing it on the stream or on YouTube itself. How did StreamerBot catch that? What the hell is going on? Do you guys see what Bear said, evil 50%? So confused. Huh. Evil. Okay, there's evil. What the hell? What the heck? Yeah, evil went through. Try saying 50%. That may be part of it. Maybe the percent symbol because it's trying to stop HTML. What? Okay, maybe, hey. YouTube really is an enigma. Maybe like the packet they got, it like got dropped on, but whatever. Okay, I don't care. I've never cared. Who knows? YouTube's chat, getting multi-chat to work was, oh. I sent 2 different messages with sausages yesterday and only one went through, bro. Wait, Safi's evil 50% didn't go through, and it didn't get automodded. If you type evil 50%, it just doesn't show up on stream or on automod. Let me try it. Wait. I'm gonna try it. Showed up there. It showed up there. It showed up there. What the hell, dude? Well, also, I'm exempt from like a lot of the automod stuff, but what the, okay. Streamer privilege. Only I'm allowed to talk about evil 50%. Okay, back to this. I'm like avoiding the task. We will need a more fine-grained thing. This is so slightly bigger than the third. I think we have to go with either 3/16 or 4/10. And honestly, 4/10 has less subdivisions. I hate using tenths, but we're gonna do 4/10, which is 2/5. I'm a chud. Nice. Cool. Now let's work on our heights. So we know very confidently. I don't know where to put the heights, so I'm gonna do them in little boxes. Yes, we know that right here is half. Let me double check that. Measurements for you guys is kind of boring. I just hold something out and you just gotta trust me. I mean, yeah, it feels, it's verifiably half once you get to right here. This can be an arbitrary. Yeah, why not? I mean, there's no point in measuring it out. And we've learned last time we can do arbitrary so long as they're consistent measurements. Now, that is a bit of a danger, so we will give a guesstimate as to what it should be. If this is a half, then I'd say that's like a 20th. Maybe, let's see, that's half. That's half. So we're at half. This is a 4th. This is a 8th. I'd say 16th, 32nd. But we learned from the stapler construction that we don't need every finite small thing. Guys, let's have a real talk. This is a bit of a warning for everybody. It's something that you're going to have to think of, right? And consider. Lessons 3 and beyond give you the option of turning in some of the demos as the main work as well. And I think you should do the demos first and foremost. I think the demos are a wonderful, like, hold your hand into the subject. I think it's really good. Some of them are outdated, but you do them and then you get corrected once you put it in the Drawbox, like chats and Discord, and it's good, right? You learn, and you'll especially learn what to avoid going forward. But I don't like turning in the demos because, like I said, you're still being guided in some of the decisions, and we all know that Drawbox isn't about the thing you make, it's about the decisions that led that, right? And so I personally don't like turning in demos, not that there's anything bad and you are allowed to do it, but that also just puts a lot more work on me, is now I'm producing more images, which takes more time. they wouldn't give you the option to turn in demos, right? If they didn't want you to go out and, or, they didn't want to give you the option to go out and do more of your own. But at the same time, is you shouldn't be grinding. So you shouldn't, like, now that you've done demos, okay, now, like, the next 8, you have to submit. And the big mistake I made in lesson 4 and 5 is I did like 3 of each animal instead of just 2. And oh my god, that was so much work. Now, I can attest I learned a lot during lesson 5. Was it because I grinded that many? Who knows, right? Yeah. So, just going forward, be careful with the work amount, right? It is a consideration you should go through with yourself if you want to turn in the demos or not. There's no right or wrong answer. But just I'm warning you now as a person who's been through it all. It can be a lot. This does feel like a third. Feels like more than a third. And this feels like less than a third. Also, Barry, your comment the other day on the Grackle drawing, how it's like cool seeing lesson stuff being used in my personal art. Every animal I draw, even Luca, the way I do the eye sockets is how I've done eye sockets for, like, it's permanently in my brain, which, I mean, that's the point of learning, right? That's the point. You go to school to learn, like, ideally how to do taxes, and then you do taxes in the real world. But, like, man, I feel like sometimes I'm almost burdened by it. Like, I could never do it any other way. I could, you can learn anything and adjust anytime. But I do feel like it is kind of cool. I carry over, we all carry the lessons that people have taught us and that has been taught to them. And so we are really just like echoes of people who've made great stuff, right? Like, Uncomfy learned from, oh my god, Peter Hahn, right? And we learned from Uncomfy. And Peter Hahn probably learned from some crazy, amazing artists back in the day as well. Was Peter Hahn taught by Scott Robertson? I don't know. But yeah, so are my lesson 5 drawings an echo of that? I think a lot of mine are inspired by Dio's work and how Dio approached a lot of those problems. Because many of the demos are made by Dio, I think. But yeah. The not grind advice helps general art studies too. It's a bad habit because I'm not really focusing too much on just producing more. It's a bad habit because I'm not really focused on focusing too much, just producing more. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, you're just kind of like go, 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 instead of like pouring that detail into each one. No, Scott, but he has a video of a really cool teacher on his channel. Gotcha. Take another sip of water. I have a headache. Okay. Guys, we need to lock in. I hate using that word, but we're going to figure out the heights. We're going to figure out this, and then we're going to figure out this. And I want to do that this stream. And then we'll take a legit break after the hour until, like, we finish the heights. Then we'll come back from the break and do those things. Because I feel like if we outline all of this today, then our orthos will go very smoothly in the future. We can do it. Okay, I'm going to do that again. I guess I'm just going to leave this up here. It's like 3/5 or something weird. It's such a weird measurement. You guys probably do this whenever I look up something. The easiest way for me to gauge things is just start dividing into half, right? So we have half here, half here. Okay, what's half of that? It's about right here. So that marks 3/3 at this cusp, which is helpful. And talking through your problems also is very helpful. So yeah, this. I'm going to box these. So if this is 3/4 and this is 1/2, then what is this? That's a wonderful question. This feels like 3/4 of the 3/4, which is a really nasty number. Is that 9/16? No, I'm a chud. Why would you multiply those? Because it's the ratio of the ratio. Is 9/16 over 12/16? No, so it's less than 3/4, which means we're good. So I think it is 9. That would make, if that's 9/16, that'd make the gap from here, that's 12/16, that'd make this 3/16 gap. And that'd make the gap from here. Wait, no, because that's a half. And we have like all of this. Well, let's see, I divided this into 4. So that's 11/16 then. When in doubt. Yeah, 11/16. Why am I tripping? Because that means the remaining height of that is 3/16 before half, which isn't bad. But that's only 1/16 away. I think that was the thing that was tripping me up. How did I get the original number? So that means this is 1/16, which means this is 1/16, which doesn't seem right to me. Maybe it does. I'm just dumb. It does give good 3/4 vibes. I could be argued. Maybe not. Well, when in doubt, split in halves, half, half. Yeah, I mean, that means ideally we could go this 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay, you know what? Fine. We'll do it that way. So that means this height right here. And I said this is a 4th to a 16th or 6th. So I can sit on the 11/16 here, which makes this 13/16 because this is effectively symmetrical, or the equal, I guess. And then I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, making the top 16th down, 15/16. And then, yeah, that makes sense. This does get shorter, so we can cut that in half, but that's not like a hard thing. It's sure it's a 30-second, and I just realized we went to 30 seconds down here. So ideally, half of this is that, and it does look like that. So, it's technically one of those height measurements as well. We did the heights. Cool. And we have the diameters. I'm gonna circle those. Good work so far. Now we have the problem areas. I'm gonna do a quick sketch after I take another sip of water. I'm not gonna lie, even though this is difficult, I did miss this a lot. Not that we weren't solving problems, especially with the shading and stuff. I don't know. I love being put into a little testing chamber and figuring things out, assuming that there is a solution, right? Put me into a Portal 2 chamber with no solution. Oh god. That's just called torture. That's just prison. That is I know I'm grabbing my kneaded eraser. I'm just using it to think right now. I want a Talos Principle 3, man. Talos Principle 2. Sorry, I'm on my puzzle game right now. I haven't had a puzzle game like I don't vibe with puzzle games like Myst really, where I have to like read passages and then figure it out them from hints. Even though they're cool, I would rather play things like Portal, right? Portal, Talos Principle, Antechamber classics, right? Don't make me read. I'm not sure if there's, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a correlation between people who enjoy puzzles and people who enjoy art. Because when you look at art as a series of problems to be solved, not necessarily like that they need to be solved or things like that, right? Just like cool little spatial relation things. Or even like without, purely like constructive 3D art. Like making composition work or stuff like that, right? Find the linear combination of all of these different things that play into your piece, whether it's tangent lines, value, etc., and you find a pretty cool combination of them all. Alrighty, thank you for stopping by, QR. Have a great one. Keep us updated with what you're working on. Where you were? Oh wait, I'm not sure if you're gone yet. Were you working on the wizard today? You've been putting a lot of good effort into that. So I'm debating where to draw it. I think we'll just do it on a sheet of paper. A spare sheet of paper. How do we want... We're going to go back to kind of our lesson 2 days. I was working on the mech... Oh, yes, taking a break. I'm going to keep drawing on some more, and we'll post an update later. Heck yeah. Also, thank you so much for sharing. All of you, both Safi Bear, all of you, seeing all of your art. We're getting so much art in Delano's server. It's so awesome. Just rediscovered an album I really like. Is that what you put it? Is that what you put into No Mic? Sorry, I'm distracting you so much, by the way. Not No Mic, the music channel. The one with like the pink album cover. That's some free jazz. Oh, okay, huge. Well, have a good one. Feel free to actually get some sleep. I forgot. These streams are not European friendly. Okay, what are we doing here? We're going to be doing... What should we call this? What is this called? Because, like, this whole structure is the pump. But what is this? The nozzle? We're going to call it the nozzle. The nozzle? I think so, too. King of the jungle, but still social and with it. So, what objects do I see here? I see 2 parts of the nozzle. We have kind of like the main cylindrical structure. Right? And the tapered dispensing portion, right? Tapered not only... Actually, we're going to keep it simple for now. Watch fuckface. It is... I don't know why. Like, it's technically a kind of lame stream, right? They're not doing anything for, like, the first 30 minutes until they decide, like, okay, yeah, we're just going to do whatever. If we don't like it, we're going to call it. But in the same way, I really appreciate it. It's genuine. It's authentic. I need to keep watching it. You know what? After stream, when I'm working on the Grackle study, I'm just going to have that in the background, and it's going to be great. So we're going to have this. Now we have a bit of an issue though. Where does it start and where does it begin? I think. Yo, what's up, Cat? Oh, speaking of Kate, how's your drawing going? Oh, well, you're not now. Your name is Kate. I'm Kate. Yo, what's up? I'm Kate Berg. Those who know. What I think attempt 1 for the nozzle. I'm gonna title this the nozzle. Nozzle. Nice. Is I want to cut. I almost kind of made the AirPod out of energy noise. That's probably the most annoying and rage-inducing sound ever. I'm not sure it's because, you know, your AirPods being out of battery is an annoying thing, or just like that. Good how it was my day. It was mid. I'm not sure what I said earlier, but it was just mid. Tomorrow, I'm going to predict it's going to be a good day, though. I remove my AirPods before that happens. Like, just like frantically like rip them out of your ears, like, whoo. We're going to cut it in half and attach it to there. And then for this part, for the like slants, we're going to have this type beat. And we will do that with a projection, methinks. Now the core ellipse is a bit different. So how I think we'll actually do it, a more detailed breakdown, is we're going to have... Stick with your earbuds, that's real. Let's do the full square here. Just kind of simulate what we want to do. This sucks, but we're just doing it for the sake of it. Okay. Constantly cleaning them. I'm not sure if that's TMI or just weird. But shout out. At least you're cleaning them. So we'll have a ellipse in the center. Here. And here. And we're going to cut those in half. And then how should it narrow down here? I think simple, just half. So, this, we cut it in half. That's the narrowest point. And we want it to go out, so it's going to be like this. Like so. And then here we're also going to cut it in half. There's been a word stuck in my head. I don't know what it means. Anachronistic. I think that's what it's called. You're right. Let's Google it real quick. Anachronistic. 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 Give me the real definition. Very much sure. Characterized by or involving anachronism. Chronologically out of place. Anachronistic. It's an adjective. Now we are all one word smarter. Unless there's like a freaking one of you's a vocab nerd. Already knew that one. Screw you, vocab nerd. Go read some books. And so this is also going to join there. And then we have this, and that will actually have a little slant from the front of the ellipse to there. And it's going to go like this. Like this. 1% more brain juice. That's the goal every day. So that looks like a little whistle right now. And then we can have an arbitrary line in the back that goes down. That shall be an arbitrary line. And this will curve down to it. It'll do a swinging motion. It's gonna go around right here, so maybe at the 3/4 part, and then it goes down. I learned what chronologically means 2 days ago. Heck yeah! Well, now we're expanding upon your chronos, Latin language. Okay, let's label this a little bit just to help future Kavel out when we make orthos. And then I'm going to go into BRB, and then we're going to do maybe a bit of game guess or maybe something else. I came up with something else the other day that I felt like would be more fun during BRB for all of us. But I can't remember what it is. If you guys have suggestions, let me know. And if you have a bad suggestion, I'm banning you. So yeah, we know the radius of this is 2/5, or the diameter. Apologies. We know that it gets cut off at the halfway point. We know that this happens at 3/4 of ellipse. And if the diameter is 2/5, we want 3/4 of 2/5 centered in the middle. Oh, we should play Wordle. Nah. That's not half as fun as a game guesser. Guess the game. Or even angle guesser. This is going to be right here, this like... That's going to be 1/2 centered. Of nozzle ellipse. We probably don't need to divide everything up a ton as much. Place guesser. Ooh, yes, GeoGuessr. Brilliant idea, Safi. We will play some GeoGuessr as well. I feel like I could pull off some mean GeoGuessr. I don't want to be let a white boy play some GeoGuessr. I don't know. I feel like I got a little bit of Rainbolt in my blood. I was watching Rainbolt this morning, actually. Yeah, let's do it right now. We'll do BRB real quick. So I'm gonna go do some stuff, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna do that, then we're gonna come back and set ourselves up to start an ortho tomorrow. Be back, everybody. We're back. They're kind of. All the YouTube people are here. Sorry, Twitch people. We're gonna get going. What's with White Monster? The drink. I feel like I see it everywhere. People meme on it. Not meme on it in a mean way. I just see it a lot. Okay, we got that. We're gonna do. There's a free version of GeoGuessr. Am I missing out? Should I try a White Monster? How much caffeine? How much caffeine is in a white monster? Good with Greek yogurt. I just put a meme in the memes thing. This guy has a bunch of what is it called? I've only had it once. It's spam like nigiri, right? Like the spam. I love it so much. It's very popular in Hawaii, I believe, or it's like it was made in Hawaii. It's like rice and spam, like a slice of spam, bundled together with the seaweed. Musubi, yes, it's so freaking good, dude. I go feral for those things. I could pop it. Obviously, they're too big, but if I could, I'd pop an entire one in my mouth. I'm getting some musubi soon. Oh, my mouth is watering. I'm such a chud. Okay. Let's. Okay. Oh, oh. White Monster, the website. I'm not trusting. Where is the actual contents? There's 0 sugar, but I think it's 150 milligrams. That's what the AI said, but I don't trust it. Oh wait, there's 0 ultra white. Total sugars. Where's the caffeine? Caffeine based on 16.014% caffeine. Can I have a gram, please? You love white rice with spam with ketchup? I don't think that's as bad as a cat take as there could be. I feel like you did a good job there. Monster Energy 0 Ultra White? It says 150 milligrams. Dude, I do not want that much caffeine. That sounds really great. 0 Ultra delivers light, refreshing flavor and low calorie energy. 0 sugar, full monster. It's the white can that started it all. But like, how much caffeine? Is it 0 grams? Is it like 1 gram? White Monster 0 stream taste test next stream. I'm actually down for doing that. It sounds goofy. I'll bring a White Monster 0 to stream and we'll see it. Anyways, it's called Open Guesser, which is free GeoGuessr. We have both of these open. Let's play around a bit. Let's also change the music. Any music suggestions? Bad suggestions, you will be banned. I want something chill. Any chill music suggestions? No caffeine in Monster is weird. I can't handle it, GeoGuessr isn't free. You get like 5 free tries and then you have to pay for it's like a here, let me okay, GeoGuessr. It's because they have to pay Google for like the thing. Sign up to play? No, just let me play. Play now. It won't even I think you need an account and I think you have to pay for it. Mario Galaxy Lo-Fi. I don't do Lo-Fi anymore. So much of it's AI generated, I just don't play in that field. Maps aren't free? I don't think so. Or like you get a certain one. I could like I didn't log in, so I don't know. It could be otherwise. What would be chill? I don't want to just go straight to Kolu right now. Ooh, jazz. Let's do some jazz. Let me see if there's a repeatable. Like, it always ends up going to, like, John Coltrane. Which, amazing, but that is not, like I said, that's not a... So much of this is AI. So, what the fuck? Stop it. Put on some German in the background, man. You really haven't experienced flow state without, working on some stimulating task and having a... Oh, this is fake. This is so sad. All of this is AI generated, dude. Like, I don't know why, but, I don't do it on stream because I need to talk, right? I need to engage. So I can't have words in the background. It's difficult for me to do all of that while trying to focus on drawing, but on my own, man. Parasocial announcement, he has a cat. Yes! And the reveal was pretty good. I really liked it. The cat is adorable. Long hair. It's great. It's a long hair, right? Breath of the Wild third part. Was he still smoking in those streams? I feel like he was. He had some, yeah. You'll watch one Germa video here. Before you do that, Kat, let us cater one. Let us Germa fans decide on a are these play album? Oh wait, no, I want playlists. I'm a chud. Let us get together and decide before you select just any one, or just watch the my favorite from Germa are his Sam and Max playthroughs. Does he ever not smoke? He said he quit, and I'm not sure if I'm repeating old knowledge to you guys, but apparently Germa quit weed for a bit because he couldn't read the hands on an analog clock and stream, and he freaked out. I think that's the story. I may be getting it a little bit wrong. Okay, this apparently is chill jazz. Let's see if it actually is. There's some Charlie Brown theme in here, which sounds crazy. Of course he smokes weed. I think he's a gummy THC tea enjoyer. He's probably refined. He's not like smoking the doinks and homage. The Mafia Games VODs are also, that's really good. That's a good pick. That's a refined pick. Anyways, I forgot to set up, dude, like we're supposed to be doing BRB right now. Speaking of being high. Okay, here we go. We're here. What game is this, guys? Honestly, I'd go for the long compilations of bits he does. Yeah, Cat would probably enjoy that the most. Does he play scary games? Yes. Oh my god. If you would, please, go watch his recent scary games compilations, Cat. Those are so good. They're really good. Because he gets scared by some really stupid ones. What's the gas station one? Where that was probably his worst scare. Oh, that's so good. Anyways, it feels like a ship. There's nothing I can glean from this. I mean, what do you want from me? The sun? I'm assuming this is some kind of like space game. The sun is really close here, and I have no idea what UI this is. This almost looks like the sun from Outer Wilds, but it doesn't have the same spits, and it doesn't get this dark, I don't believe. All I need to know, I love shitty horror games. Dude, get hyped. He has some great content there. Oh no, it's one of these. Dude. Oh. The loop game Outer Wilds? Sadly, it is not Outer Wilds, but man. Jerma also played Outer Wilds. He never finished. Oh, is this Space Station, whatever it's called? It isn't. It isn't. Let's do Space Station Tycoon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know at all what this is. Faster than light, FTL. No, TS Block. Oh, I should have waited. I should have waited. TS Block is the GOAT with this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, TS Block. I forgot. I need to do just. I will wait like a minute in the future before we hit skip. Okay, probably not a minute, but yeah, this was yesterday's. We gotta. Oh, I'm so sorry. I doubted in the TS blockage. Okay, here. What the fuck? Hey, you guys ever played Yellow before? Probably not that. Ooh, okay, 90%. I don't know what's happening in this screenshot, but this looks like a game I'd enjoy. The Mexico filter, that's real. Breaking Bad. This looks so cool. I have no idea what it is. Huh? Lethal Company type of game? I can imagine it. I can see it there. I'm watching Twitch chat now, just in case TS Block jumps in. PS2. Kind of gives Psychonauts vibe. Oh, no, is it Persona? I don't ask me which one. Oh, my dumb chud. Oh, no. Whoa, that's a cool character design. Persona 3? Oh. Oh, 3? Oh. No, 4? Okay. I trust in the TS Block. Yes! Don't worry, you got it, TS Block. Hell yes. 50 billion Kavel coin. 2008 and you've already had 4 Personas? Dang, I'm underestimating the age of Persona. Oh, speaking of underestimating the age, this is some CDI. Oh, dude. Is this a racing game or like an Olympic sport game? Maybe even. I kind of want to say a racing game. Yes, Pixels, the game, effectively. Yeah. Wow. PS1 racing. Racing. There's no way I'm guessing this. Is this maybe like the first Forza ever? Crash Racing? Not at all. I will give $20 to charity if it's Crash Racing. But this is Forza Horizon, actually. There's like a billion racing games. This kind of looks like Formula. Is this like a first Formula game? For the PS1? Formula 1 2000? Oh, that is... Okay, wait, was... Okay. That's, Oh. This game looks cute. It looks like it has a lot of, it looks nice. I like it. It looks super retro. I appreciate it. Alrighty, I guess we gotta make a guess. This looks so good, though. I need to learn what game this is. Space Pods. Kerbal Space Program. Space Ace. Wipeout. Sadly was not space something in any regard. Wipeout, not the... Okay, Wipeout game. Wipeout 2048 from 2012. It's a video game series. Oh, all the new ones kind of look meh. They've lost this vibe. Oh, okay, we're being blessed by art style today. Look how cute this is. Holy. This kind of like reminds me of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World color scheme, but I doubt... Here, we'll try it. Oh man. I'm there. Maybe I should... No more drawing as a hobby, guys. We do this professionally. I am the art style recognizer. Even though I've only done it once. I didn't even think the game was this pixelated. Holy. I feel vindicated. That feels good, guys. Oh god. Oof. I feel like I've seen this. This isn't Just Cause 3. This isn't PUBG. Because we have an NPC right here. It could be Far Cry. San Andreas. I would rather pop a Far Cry in here than a San Andreas. Personally. Because we're in San Andreas, do you have foliage? Yeah, look at the fidelity of this foliage. Fidelity foliage. I feel like this is a bit higher quality than that. I could maybe even be convinced of an Assassin's Creed. But this is definitely... Oh, this could be Ghost Recon. I think we're going Ghost Recon. Wildlands. Book. 73. Oof. Is this Far Cry? This is way too nice of a setting for Far Cry. I don't remember anything looking like this in Just Cause 4. Maybe it's PUBG. We have Srillik up here. Srillik is hidden up in the corner. What seems like a zip line? Could be like Dead Island. I could be wrong. No way? Okay, I'll trust. This, I feel like, also gives it away as to what kind of game it could be. Too colorful for PUBG? Yeah. The rocks look so nice. It's Spanish. Spanish adjacent, but this is like not Spanish at all. South America. This almost reminds me of the Hitman level, but the Hitman level isn't like this. What the hell is this? And that Srillik is messing me up. Oh, what the hell? It's on every console ever. Is this Metal Gear Solid? No. This looks like Home Base or whatever it's called. But Metal Gear Solid doesn't have any of it. What the hell is this game? It isn't Just Cause. Is this Far Cry? It's this dude. Is it the new... Luna is, I think, Google or someone's. It's like the online. It's like Stadia. It's like an online gaming platform. Is this the newest Far Cry one? Isn't Blood? Is it Far Cry? No. What's the one after? No. What's the new Far Cry? Far Cry 6? Yes. Okay. It was a Far Cry all along. Yeah. Okay. Esposito. What's his last name? Chicken Man. Once I saw this, it was pretty good giveaway. Why is there like Cyrillic right here? That's throwing me off. Give me a quick second. That was good. Expected it to look better. One thing about Guess the Game is they do like really pixelate and JPEGify their things, but yeah, I mean this does not look too good. This looks like a Ubisoft like Watch Dogs 2. Isn't it from 2 years ago? Let me. October 7th, 2021. But still, it looks like Watch Dogs 2. It doesn't look that good, especially for a 2021 game. Did I say 2022? 2021. Yikes. Gears of War? Nah. Definitely Xbox. I'm gonna type in Gears of War for fun. I don't really think it's that though. Nope. Oh, 96%? 96%? This is one of the best games of all time. I'm so old. Oof. 96%? Wow. Is this a Helldivers? Why you wouldn't have this setting in it? Who is this? Who are you? Is this a Star Wars game? Maybe? Old Republic? Nope. Ooh. Mass Effect! Oh, God. Mass Effect 2? Yeah, okay. You see, it's like Wordle. You can get it on the 4th pretty easily. Wow. I've never played the Mass Effect games. I'd like to claim my innocence from not knowing such an iconic. Oh, okay, dude. Bro, what am I supposed to do with this? Do you think I could actually figure this out? This seems like a Roller Coaster Tycoon. Damn. Oh, it's an RTS. No. Do you have every game? Nah, but I'm a worldly fellow who's engaged with multiple types of media throughout both my time and others. Do you just passively let days go by not engaging with the artwork of many? I have no idea what this is. Oh no, dude. I know better not to spam because maybe TS Block's going in here with the craziest prediction for this, but is there like an America sim? Or like, no, this is like the UK. I'm stupid. What would there be like a British Empire RTS? Victoria. Empire of Atlantis. Ensemble Studios? Better ensemble of... Okay. Age of Empires, you're oh, wait, no, I thought you said Empires, Safi. I was gonna be like, you told me so. Oh, okay, log the game. Uh-oh. I need one more win, then we're doing some GeoGuessr. Love the art style. It's so unfortunate that they got a 68%. Really cool eye. Oh, man. Dude. He's whipping that shit. Holy. But yeah, this is... Dude, what is this game? Why is this like Future Boy? You had Age of Empire in mind. I'm so... Feel free to just throw it out there. TS Block, I'll never... What is that creature? Is this like a... gnome? This is like some... Nog. It was Golden Axe. You know what? I can't say I couldn't have figured that one out. Now, of all the things on the screen, I was not paying attention to the golden axe. Wow. Bro, just say you hate me. What is this? What is this? What am I supposed to do with this? Oh. Well, okay, now I can kind of guess. Safi, you predicted it. Holy crap. You freaking predicted it. Oh my god. Cluckenbell. If you don't get it by Cluckenbell, who are you? Now, Maze Bank, everyone knows where Maze Bank is. This one, I could. You're probably on top of like the drawbridge. Cluckenbell. What loop is this? I don't know. Maybe I know where this is. If you go up here, there's that little parking lot next to the bank. No. Okay, if there's ever a GIF to do for the last one, it's that. I'm on a high. I need one more. Okay, maybe I don't need one more. Let's go to the open guesser. Subtle hints. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water. You guys figure this one out real quick. Got some John Coltrane in the background. What a splendid evening. Okay. My comments on Cyrillic earlier. Mexico. You couldn't have known better than like Mexico. I mean, nah, Mexico the concrete would just be cracked and dried up. Those who know. And plus it doesn't have the Mexico filter. Wow. Oh, okay. First hint, we are in the biggest country on earth. Russia. I feel like I'm not allowed to be here. Now this, I would like to comment on this, right? Sure, we're in Russia, we have Cyrillic, but this seems like a very Eastern decal, right? So I'd say we're East Russia. Truck Simulator? Cat, you're in the wrong universe. Of course, we have, what are those called? What are those trucks called? Or cars called? That's how we know we're in Russia. Oh my god, look at all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love this little building. I'm not gonna even try. Any Cyrillic readers in chat? Okay, well, there's no sense in remaining on this. Climate-wise, do we have any infrastructure that affords what climate it is? Iranian looking at car. See if we could get any more information. I don't want to spend too much time. Okay, quick. Convert those gas prices from probably rubles to currency. Feels hot? It does feel warm here. I can agree with that. I feel like this place wouldn't get much snow. So we may be Kazakhstan, I feel like we would have some of that decal. And this, I'd say this is like pretty like good infrastructure. So maybe we're near Moscow. So I would say probably in this region. Maybe even near Georgia. So we're going to go right here. Not saying I'm the best. Not saying I'm the best, guys. But maybe there's a future for my competitive open guesser career. Oh no. Oh no. Can you go to China? Dude, this could be China. I'm not going to try to look at the streets to cheat, but we are... What kind of trees are these guys? We did lesson 3. What kind of foliage are we looking at? We have a striped yellow road. I don't know if that tells us much. Here we go. I'm saying San Rancho El Rosario. Okay, that narrows it down to maybe like a third of the world. El Rosario. Very green, tropical foliage. Is there music in this? Yo, die? How do I turn this off? Timer, no timer, SFX, music, stop. Back to my John Coltrane, please. Philippines. I sound crazy This is Spanish, yes. How different? I don't know Filipino versus Spanish. This looks just like, but it gives us like the least help. Like rancho, you know, like could be anything. Florida, cat needs to explode. I could almost get it with the palm trees, but that isn't enough. Um, I really have no idea. Rosario? Okay, we're gonna try Argentina then. Really, all the way down here. Okay. This is a pretty nice looking place. Has infrastructure, it has power. So I'd say maybe this is near a more. We have a large body of water. That could help us narrow things down. Not that large. In fact, this would probably show up as merely a dot somewhere. And maybe it could be a river. Oh, well, it suddenly ends. Oh no, it curves around. Okay, we have like a horseshoe. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, we are really getting bugged out here. Sir! Sir, come here. Sir, hello. Oh. Mexico! Okay, we're in Mexico. We are in Mexico. It is confirmed. Now, where the hell are we? Corrios? I don't know. Wait, is that not Nicaragua? No, I don't think so. It says Mexico on the shirt, though. That's a good hint. Do their clothes have any nationally identifying symbols on them? This feels invasive. Looking at people's clotheslines. Is it only the Americas that has the yellow stripe, or do others have yellow stripes? Sir, come here. Sir. Let me see your license plate, please. Nope, but we are in a Chevy, so I would say Mexico. Excuse me, sir. I think I'm moving much faster than I actually am. Look, horse. Fixing his gate. Where are we? This seems very beautiful. This seems like a nice place to live. I don't think we're getting much out of this, though. Mexico, we are tropical. This region, I'm assuming, is drier. So we're gonna go, like, over here. Let's get it. Oh my god. That's just pure luck. That one was pure luck. The other was a little bit of intuition. This was just kind of, yeah, I wouldn't say that's too bad. Okay, let's do one or two more, depending. Oof. QR code? Is that a QR code I smell? It's a QR code. What do you say? We just joined the Anthem family of Idaho. Well, Idaho. Now, where are we? Do we have any Idahoan viewers in the chat to help us discern? What if I'm being a little bit, let's make an assumption here. Anthem, is there Anthem, Idaho? Poison? There's Poison, Idaho? Don't do that to Idaho. Oh wait, that's not in Idaho. There's Sam in Idaho. I'm not seeing Anthem from like 10,000 feet view. Quick, sort this map by alphabetical city. Dick Shooter? Dick Shooter, Idaho? Youch. Let's get some really dumb names. Sorry, Idaho. Like, I just saw Soda Springs. This looks like a more flat area, so I would assume we're down here, right? Less steep terrain. So anywhere over here. Dick Shooter, Idaho. Youch. Seems like there's more city down this way. A lot of motorhomes. Oh, you already know this is a good bar. Oh my gosh, look at that. I sometimes forget that there are just places in the world where you can live with views like this, and it does disappoint me at times. I wanted to apply to I got into a school called Colorado School of Mines, and there's like all these cool mountains and stuff nearby, or just larger hills. Why is there like mouse acceleration? So we're at the foot. So I would say like we're doing this. Where's the sun? Dang it, it's like right above. That doesn't help me at all. I was gonna try to guess if that's west or something, and then like locate where these mountains are relative to it. Well, okay, let's just make a bold assumption, right? Let's say the sun right here, and then it's now setting, right? So it sets over there, which means we're east of the mountains. So we're something like this on this strip. Okay, that wasn't as good as I thought. I guess from here, what are you saying? Maybe these mountains. I kind of assumed all the more mountainous area was over here already. I think that was pretty good. Now, rather reluctantly, I'm going to take a sip of water, and then we're going to head back to Cream Jam Junction. How did you snipe? Cream Can Junction. And Bear Trap Airport is right now. And Bear Trap Cave. What is in Bear Trap Cave, Idaho? They're after you, Bear. Oh my gosh, wait. This seems scary as hell. I would not want to go into Bear Trap Cave. Interesting. Bear Trap Cave. I'm reading that in another tab because I don't want to like accidentally dox myself. The bears have been trapped. That's possibly the namesake. Already. Give me a quick second, everybody. We're back. I'm gonna take another sip of water. You guys keep fucking around. I'm gonna put you in Cream Cam Junction. It's now Cream Jam Junction. I like that up more. The is it alliteration with the M's? What would you call that? With the repeating M's? Is that alliteration? Or is that only the start of a word? Okay, guys, I want to try fishing one day. Go do it. You got enough ponds, enough puddles. Fishing isn't the act of catching a fish. I'm feeling a resistance towards doing this, but I know we ought to. So let's more intricately plan out what the orthos would look like. Like if I was going to do an ortho tonight, which we're not going to, what else would I need to do? We have these two slices. This is, if I remember correctly, the 15/16 that. After that, we'd be kind of cordoning off this row, which goes from, if we do the math now, just to kind of help ourselves, that's going to be, if it's, what's the diameter, 2/5, that means 4/10 about the middle. So we're subtracting it from, that'd be 3/10. 2 plus 2, that'd be 7/10 right here, giving us 4/10 in the center. And then this, if we're going, we've divided it into fourths, which works perfectly. That leaves us with +1, so that's 2/5. And 3/5. Right there, that's pretty good. This is easily just a half. We don't got to worry about that. As for here, vertically, what's happening? Oh, we did want this. I mean, we do still need these, right? Which is still going to be the same. I love that we can just mirror a lot of these measurements. That's really nice about a symmetrical object. Or like, one that has equal sides, I guess. That's not symmetrical. I don't know what else to call it, though. Need music for tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Dancing competition? Kat, you're having a dancing competition tomorrow? I would recommend Princesa de Favela. That's a pretty good one to dance to. Make sure you play it at max volume. Oh Christ. That is probably the loudest, most absurd song I've ever listened to. You want to listen to? I'll link it right now. Here, go to Discord. I'll link this video. Please do not listen to it at full volume. You will hurt your ears, maybe even irreparably. But I think. Where is it? Oh wait, no, I have to listen to it, which means maybe I don't. It's in Enrique, I think. No, Gonzaga. Yeah, DJ Wesley Gonzaga. Okay, I think it's this one, but I have to be very careful not to play it. I'm gonna put it in the music channel. I'm gonna. I'm gonna mute the Spotify widget for a second and play it. I have to watch an ad, dude. So oh my god, it's so loud. Oh. I have to thank Noodle for that one, by the way. Noodle's video on the obscure or like just the games that he recommends, like indie games. It's the drug dealer and the favela video game series. I can't remember what it's called. Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, I think that's the game. I don't think that song's in the game, but Noodle pulls up that song because he's like, this is what the game feels like. I remember my friend was like, give me loud music to play in my car. I was like, sure. And that probably ruined his speakers. I'm an enemy of the state. Oh, some Miles Davis. Let's go. Is that going to be 3/5? I think so. These measurements end up being weird. That's an assault. I put the warning there. It's rough. You think the first like bass note is bad until you get to like the horn. It just for no reason. Yo, QR's drawing. I love it. Like the metal kind of thing. Ooh, I like. Okay, I think we have this pretty much plotted out. This other one is arbitrary, like I said. Cool. And then, so yeah, this is kind of like the nozzle. How do we want to figure out the curved segment? That one, I feel like we can do some really cool stuff, but we have to figure out how we're going to do it. And it's going to require actually quite a bit of math, but let's do it now. I'm feeling my body resisting doing more work tonight, but I want to be done with lesson 6. We're going to do it, guys. We need to keep up this energy. I don't have school anymore to bog me down. I'm unemployed and ready to draw. Oh man, I wish I spent more time in high school, or like even middle school. I know it's such a cliche, but like I wish I was investing. I wish I was investing in Bitcoin, but I do wish I was investing in myself. I was like cultivating myself. I was engaging with people more. I wish I was drawing, right? Cause like now it's so much harder to do these things. Almost. I haven't graduated yet. The graduation ceremony hasn't been held, but I'm done with school. I've turned in everything. I had it at the lowest volume, but the alarms are blaring. It's so bad, man. That is like, put that on a Bluetooth speaker and throw that into your friend's room while they're sleeping. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But maybe it would be a little funny. Just maybe. How far does the nozzle do the overhang? It's very small. It's arbitrary, I'd say. So yeah, we'll say Have free time? I wouldn't say have free time just yet. I'm still coordinating things with job. MCow, yo, what's up, MCow? Welcome back. Still coordinating stuff with job search and stuff like that. But I do have more free time, and it's weird because I'm not used to it, and I'm adjusting, and I'm like trying to figure. Like I'm deep cleaning my apartment tomorrow just because I have like so little to do during the day, other than like go to the gym. Right. Back at the grind, indeed, MCow. We are being faster. We are being more studious, more ingrained with our practices here. I hope you're doing well. It has been a minute. I'm using some of your suggestions all the way back from the stapler to do this. Finals week, finished a presentation. How did your thesis go? Thesis slash like big project. Has that been summer thesis defense? Yes. So I'm assuming you haven't finished like given the presentation. And yeah, so these, sorry, I was just blinking as we were. So we know that the radius for the bottom of it is going to be 2/3, and we're going to go to 1/3. And we need a curve from that gap. So let's pretend for a second, guys. Let's do this on a sticky note, because I went to cut down. Slow down because I had to finish work for classes for crucial for graduation on Friday. Graduation on Friday! Holy crap! Well, congratulations. That is very cool. You excited? I know that's what people are asking me right now, so I'm kind of like pushing it forward, projecting. Are you excited for graduation? Like, no shit. But it's like also scary. You may not be excited, who knows? We have something that is 2/3 right here, and 1/3 right here. Yes, are you? I am excited. I'm scared to enter the real world, quote unquote. A lot of big decisions for my life to be made. But like that's the next step. It is, yeah. It's scary that I have to commit to things now. Like it's in my hands. I have no one else making the decisions for me. I mean, yes, sure. I decided where I was going to college. I decided I was going to college. Stuff like that. But what I want to do, like what job I apply to tomorrow or the next day is whatever I choose. Now, of course, I can't apply for like a doctor's position. I don't have those credentials, but like I could choose to be a freaking math teacher. I could choose to be a computer scientist, software engineer, cybersecurity expert, YouTuber, right? No, okay, I can't really apply to be a YouTuber. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Not very sustainable right now, but stuff like that. It's big, it's scary. Okay, this is, oh, this song sounds silly. Because this is all the way 2/3. Yeah, so third difference. So we have 1/6 here. Ooh, okay. Cute flutes, as my sister would call them. I like that. We have a new jazz playlist today. I'm loving it. Whoever made this playlist, Ginny Yee, you have a amazing taste. I mean, a lot of this is just Miles Davis and John Coltrane, but still, it's good. It's really good. Not that those artists are bad, but like, it's like, could you play give me a list of games that you enjoy, and it's like Minecraft, right? Yeah, of course, it's some of the best popular games of all time, you know. So, how do we want to do this curve? I would like. Oh yeah, what's the gap we have right here? The gap we have. Oh no. We have to relate height. Oh, that means we have to define our ratios for everything. Okay. So that means we need to know our height to like width ratio. And I said it's 2.75 to 1. I'm going to verify. It is effectively 7 inches and a quarter tall by 2.5. So 7.25 by 2.5, I think I said. Oh, oh. I'm not going to change my numbers that I've guessed so far. I just want to see how close I was. 2.5. So what's the ratio here? 3. Right, so 2.5 by 7.25. 2.5 times 3 is 7.5. So what is 2.5 times 2.75? Was my guess actually correct? I'm gonna be so elated. So elated. What a nerd. Oh wait, no, sorry. 2.75 times 2.5 is 6.875 when the true height is 7.25. So I was closer than I expected, but not there. 3 times 2, yes, 7.5. So we could honestly go for a 3x1. That would probably be the nicest. It's rounding up, though, which I'm not the biggest fan of, which will make it seem too tall. But like 2.75, it gives us 6.8, which is smaller in error. No, it's actually, well, yeah, it's bigger in error than doing 3. A ratio of 1 to 3 instead of 1 to 2.75, but it's smaller instead of taller. And doing anything, like, I can't personally gauge anything, so 3. Yeah, let's just do 3. That makes the math easier. See, that would have taken me a stream to come to the conclusion that we needed to do, but now I'm just, so, if this is, overall 1/3, we know that the gap between these is a 16th. Right? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. 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 1/16th, and we know the ratio is 1 to 3. That means 1 unit or like half height is equal to 1 and 1/2 lengths or widths, whatever you want to call them. So 3/16. This is 3/16. What is that in terms of thirds? That's around 3/16 itself is 0.18, so 625 or 125 plus, so it's 1875, 0.1875, which is very close to a sixth itself, which is 1. What is a sixth again? I always forget. 1 divided by 6. 1/6. So it's you could only almost say it's approximately, not really, but it's very close to a sixth over here. What? What? That wouldn't make sense. Am I high? Why do I always struggle with remembering my ratios math every time we do one? Like, I remember it and then I get bad at it again. One 16th over here is equivalent to 3/16 on the other side. Consistency is like a wave. That's real. I like that a lot. Oh, frick. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, the answer is just going to be make a curve, right? Like but like I want consistency in our curves, right? I'm gonna draw through the ellipse for it, possibly, or just do something to ground it so it's equivalent on both sides. Yeah, it makes sense because a third height-wise is equal to 1. So any height measurement, which is 16 in this case, so it's a little bit larger than a sixth. Which is weird to think about. Is it really that small? We go over here. Does it make a square? When I take this chunk. And it kind of does. So maybe our math is somewhat right. So this is effectively approximately a sixth. And lengthwise, or widthwise, we'll do 6W. We'll use W as our terminology now. So what does that tell us? It tells us we almost have a square, right? So if we're going to draw this correctly, or in a different way, we have the bottom, and then we divide this into fourths. Because this is 2/3, we have this. We want to basically make a square here. It's going to look like this. Which means if it's close, right, close to being square, it won't be. It's not going to be exact. Because it's actually going to be a slightly taller than we think it is. Then we could almost have a perfect ellipse right here on both sides to make that curve. Right? And that would give us this. Yeah. I don't know really what that tells us about, what is this called? Let's call this the... Is this a chamfer? I always confuse chamfer and whatever it's called. Fillet. A fillet, I believe this is. Yeah, fillet. Is it fillet or fillet? Fillet. Yeah, whatever. I'm just psyching myself out. So yeah. Now, how does this help us going forward? How would we want to construct this? Because like the ideal, or like a way of doing this to help us. Right, is we'd break it in like this. And then we do an ellipse here, ellipse here, ellipse here, ellipse here. That looks so bad, but it's like what we want, right? That doesn't really tell us like what how does that help us, right? And it doesn't. I guess I'm gonna rewatch the radio demo where Comfy and talks a little bit more about curves. Because otherwise, the only thing I could think of is like our little estimating ones, but that requires like a lot more stuff that I don't know how to do. So yeah, for now, I kind of do just plan on marking these out and doing curves between them. Otherwise, I don't really know how to construct it. Other than just an imaginary smaller ellipse on the inside. If I have more energy tonight, if not tomorrow, I'll message in a lesson 6 chat asking if people have any. It's not fillet, it's fillet. Yeah. Then we have another structure that I would like to talk about. There's a slightly rectangular portion right here at the very edge of this. And I would say it's also similar to this. 2/3. Or so it's what is the math here? It's 1/5. the length of everything, and it only juts out a little bit. It's very negligible. We could honestly do it as an arbitrary line. How would that fit in, though? We're going to call this the neck. How do we want to do the neck? Because the neck is actually going to have to go to the top as well. So we're going to plot this on the top plane as well. So this is the nozzle. I'm just drawing it here just to say it exists, but we don't really have to care anything about it. As for the neck, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the same fifth at the top. And then we'll have the same fifth at the bottom. We'll connect those. And then find where it intersects here. Do that. Cool. How far is this? I want to say it's arbitrary, but let's actually kind of look at it a little bit harder. So we know this is a third and this is 2/3. And we go out this far. Half, half. And you look at this like from further away. Feels like a fourth of the 2/3. Oh, don't do that to me. A fourth of the 2/3. Oh yeah, it starts there. So if this is 2/3, well, we know a thirds is right here, right? So that wouldn't make sense. I wasn't holding it completely sideways. So we go arbitrary. But it is less than 7/8. It's less than 7/8. So this is half, 3/4, 7/8. So it's less than 7/8. So it's really that's 12/16 versus 4. So it's gonna be like it's approximately 13/16. But we'll just do the arbitrary game of that. But the problem is, if we pick an arbitrary point right here, how do we do it right down there? That could be either be done via projection, which I don't really like because that depends on us having an accurate line to our VP. But I think that's the only choice we have. Yeah. Yeah. So now what I want to do is plan out our slices. An early slice analysis, but first I'm going to take a sip of water. We're back. Let's look at these. what each slice will need. Because like this slice right here, I'm not sure how much we'll need there. Yeah, okay. Trying to think about this. I don't want to have to redraw all of this, so maybe we label it over here. Cool. Yeah, so of these, we have slice number 1. That one is just going to be a simple, that. Same thing with slice 2. Just refining the center. Slice 3 is where it gets interesting. Slice 3 and slice 4. Because these are the same diameter. These are all 1. These are 2/3, both of them. How do you efficiently make 2/3? And we'll design this tomorrow, but like I want the general idea right. Is we want 2/3 radius centered in the middle, so we need to divide up in 6. Whenever we make an ellipse, we generally want 4 points, which is the furthest points, the tangents to the square that it's going to be on. So math-wise, we go to we want 2/3 centered in the middle. We go to 6th, so that gives us 4/3 or 4/6, which we subtract from the middle. So that gives us 1/6 and 5/6. Now, how do you efficiently get those points? Let me look at the dividing planes thing, and I'll put this up on screen for you guys as well. And it sucks because getting the furthest sixth in any direction requires a lot of setup. Because we need these, and the only way we can get this line is by finding the intersection with that in the true triangle. Yeah, you need this line and this line. And then we'd find it the intersection in the middle here. We could also honestly do it with one side, then project it to the other. Either or. This is 2 lines projecting it to the middle. If we find this, that'd be 1 line. So it doesn't really matter. 1 versus 2. Eventually, yeah. Nah. Make it so it's a bit easier for you guys to see. So regardless, you'll always need your... Do we want the corners? No. I mean, because yeah, just having this will be good enough, right? Then 5 and 6. This is where things get a little bit interesting. And we'll also do top and bottom, but for 5, we just have the 1/3, and same thing. Actually, for 6, we have the 2/5. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So 5 is unique. That just only has the 1/3. And that is, we divide into 6, subtract it from the middle. So that should leave us with 3/6. That should leave us with 2/6. That's only a third. Oh yeah, because you're breaking it into thirds for an inner third diameter. So, and I know how to do thirds off the top of my head because I'm a chud. So yeah, we have that. Then 5, and then 6. That one only has the 2/5. What's the fastest way to do that? We're gonna have to break it into tenths, and if we want 2/5, and yeah, I'll highlight this. I guess this can be 1/6 and 5/6. This is going to be 1/3 and 2/3. For the 5th, we need 2/5, which leaves us subtracting 2/10 from both sides. So it leaves us with 3/10 and adding over here, 7. So to get the lines 3 and 7 are going to be quite difficult. I like this way more. It seems more modular. So to get to 1, 2, 3, we need this line and this line. And then we can mirror it. So that actually only took 2. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, no. You need to divide it up in half. So this. Oh, you need the diagonals anyways to get the halves, so it doesn't matter. Go in the middle. There's our third. That will project it down, give us that. And then we go like this. That will give us our 2/5. And then slice top. We will have both the inner third or yeah, okay. Third, I'm losing it. 2 and 5th, and then bottom we'll have our arbitrary one. Arbitrary. However, it's something like 31 to 30 seconds is what we're looking at, which seems insane, but that's what it's going to be like. What else? That's all we really have to think about. That's just the base of those. What top is really going to look like beyond that, though, we're going to have those 2 concentric circles, and then we're going to have this. Which we put on the other side. Seven tenths, 3/10, 3/5, and 2/5. I think it's all we really need for that. It's pretty easy there. For bottom, oh, and we need the arbitrary gap right here. That's also the same size as that. And this is going to be arbitrary. Which means the one where it connects at the bottom to slice 5 is also going to have this, which means it also needs the 3/5 and 2/5, which will be a pain, but we'll deal with it. Cool. And that means, and we'll put stars next to these, meaning they're special ones that don't just have circles. And the arbitrary bottom, that doesn't need anything. And this is actually going to have a projection out to the front too of arbitrary length. So true arbitrary is there. Now for figuring this out, I don't know. But we'll message about that in the Drawbox Discord. So very, very successful stream. Not only is it slightly easier than the tape dispenser, but we've used our tape dispenser knowledge to know how we need to tackle this problem, which I think is really, really, really cool. It means we're learning, right? It means we're getting better, hopefully. We're going to call it here, though. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Cat, Bear, Safi, TS Block, QR, and MCow25. I believe that was everyone. If I forgot your name or you just didn't say anything, did I start this today? We did. Isn't that crazy? The world's slowest artist is slightly becoming a little bit faster. And also, I don't have school bogging me down, so I actually have like energy to approach this. But yeah, so once again, thank you all for joining me tonight, everybody. If I didn't say your name or you're just chilling out, thank you. And I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.